good morning everyone. Welcome to our webinar from Windows 10. Today we will be covering the following on the agenda. We will start with our welcome and introduction. We'll then follow with our presentation of the main subjects, and then we'll move on to the questions and answers and the closure. Today your presenter will be Jasper Kraak. Feel free to ask any questions, and we have the rest of our team here as well to help you with and to assist you in any way possible.
Yes, okay, great, thank you. So good morning everybody who's in the call, and well, the title was pretty obvious, so we're going to look at two things. We're going to look at Windows 10 as a service, so you will find out what that means in a second, and we do that in the context of a new product that Microsoft recently launched about 4 weeks ago, and that is called Microsoft 365. So we'll have a look at that. I'm Jasper. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, and my role within Inova Solutions is I'm the solution architect. So I studied this pretty deeply. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, either by typing it in the instant messaging box or even unmute your phone and just interrupt me. That is fine. I have no problems with that. So please do so. We also do coming Tuesday in our local offices in Trinidad, in Aruba, in Jamaica, and in Ecuador. We also do a deep dive on the same subject. So this will only be like 20-25 minutes, really high level, but if you're interested in knowing more, at the end of the presentation you will see a link and a QR code where you can register for the deep dive session, and then we'll do real demos, and you can really ask whatever there is left to ask. So this is a tryout for us to see if that is going to work. So I'm very curious if how that will be. So let's get going into what are we talking about. So Windows as a service means that Microsoft is changing the way Windows 10, but also Office and stuff like that. Let's focus on Windows 10. They changed the way it is licensed. So up to now, if you want to install Windows 7 or 8 or 8.1 or 10 or a server version, you need a license key. And you download that from somewhere, or you get it from your software vendor or your hardware vendor. And you have to put in that key to activate the software on a device. And then that device is activated and you're good to go. Now we are working with a subscription. So there's no license key, and the username plus his password allow a user to use the installed software. So that is a huge difference. You never have to look for a license key or whatever. It is tied to a user. You assign a license to a user, and as soon as that user logs on to a system, the user is allowed to use the installed software. So that is really a huge difference, and that works in that new product, Microsoft 365, and actually it's a combination of three existing products. So I guess that most of you have heard about Office 365. That has been out there now for 6 years or so. Then there is EMS, the Enterprise Mobility and Security Suite. That's a bundle of products that are all revolve around mobility and security. And now they added Windows 10. So that comes in one subscription. So that is one subscription with these three products in there. So what would that look like in for a user? What happens, and what would it look like for the IT admin? So this was the old day. Enter a product key, but we are not doing that anymore. And now it is just for the admin in the Office 365 admin portal, you assign a Windows 10 license to a user. So that is a huge difference. So on the device itself, an IT admin never has to go there to fill out a license key, or the user will never have to go in there to fill out a license key. You never have to search for them again, find them in your email or whatever. No, it's just in the admin portal, centralized. You assign the license to a user and the user is good to go. So that Windows 10 that comes in that product, Microsoft 365, and that is really something everybody should realize. It is a upgrade license. So that means that you must have a machine already running Windows 7, 8 or 8.1 in a genuine activated version. So you cannot use the bits and the bytes that you can download for Windows 10 to install it. You cannot install a clean machine on a fresh machine. It's really an upgrade license. So it's not like Microsoft is giving away for free Windows 10. No, they give away in this SKU Windows 10 upgrade of a previous version. So and that user experience is pretty smooth. I think a lot of users can do that by themselves, but of course, if you want to have more control over that as IT admin, you can use all current tools to do that, so through group policy or System Center Configuration Manager or Windows Deployment Server. That really doesn't matter. You can use any tool you use currently to deploy Windows machines for this version as well. But the main thing is it must really be a fully licensed Windows 7, 8, 8.1 licensed version to be able to install that upgrade. I see no questions coming, so I just move on. So what happens in a feature called Copilot is if a user would unbox a brand new machine, which already has Windows 10 installed, or he just finished the upgrade the first time, the user logs on and puts in his username and his password, then in the background, a lot of stuff is happening. So the machine will automatically be joined to Azure AD, that is the Office 365 authentication mechanism. It will be automatically enrolled in Microsoft Intune. That is one of those features out of the Enterprise and Mobility Security Suite. So that allows IT admins to manage content on devices, manage applications on those devices, and manage the devices themselves. The IT admin can set security policies. I will have some screenshots of that later on. And in the background, everything happens as soon as that user logs on for the first time. You can even install Office or other applications, but Office is just one switch that you switch on, and Office out of Office 365 will automatically be deployed to that Windows 10 machine. And in 5 or 10 minutes, that user is good to go. Everything is installed, everything is working, everything is secure. Files are encrypted or not, whatever you do in your security policies. So that is really for IT admins, I think, a very different experience than upgrading or unboxing computers in previous versions of Windows. This is really almost zero-touch deployment and configuration of machines to your users. So what does that look like for the IT admin? These are just some screenshots on how you set your Windows 10 device configuration settings. So I hope it's It's readable, so you can have the Windows Defender automated, so you always have the latest antivirus and anti-spam engines installed. And at the bottom of the big picture, you see you can either choose to install Office on the Windows 10 devices or not. It's just a switch you turn on or off. The Windows updates, of course, is very relevant. Remember all the recent ransomware attacks that were out there in the world. If you keep your machines nice and updated, then you're pretty safe out there. Then we have some device actions as well. So you that Intune thing, that mobile application management and mobile device management really allows you to remove company data should a device be stolen or lost, or the employee leaves the company. Then you can just remove the company data from a device, or you can just perform a factory reset and make sure that you can pass on that machine to a new employee, to another user. And on the next page, I will show you a couple of settings of what device policies look like. And it's all very intuitive and very simple IT admin interface to really quickly and easily set some main security features on or off on those Windows devices. On that item of remove company data, that might be relevant in the situation that you allow users to bring their own device. So then Intune gives you the capability to remove only company data. So if a user has both his work email on his own device, but also his private email, then if you click the button remove company data, it will only remove the company data, and it will leave everything intact that belongs to the user himself. So it's really ideally fitted for bring your own device as well. And we see that, of course, a lot with phones and with laptops and stuff like that, that users prefer to use their own hardware instead of the corporate issued hardware. No questions so far? I can move on. Then I hear something.
Yeah, sorry. Question. I wasn't here for the Microsoft 365 business. Where do you have to have a server that you run the administration software on? Is it web-based? How is it set up?
Sorry, you mean these setup screens? That is all web-based.
Okay, all web-based. Okay.
Yeah, it all happens in the browser. Nothing, you need nothing to install or whatever. It's all cloud-based, so you access everything through the browser. So here we have a couple of those settings. So protect work files when devices are lost or stolen. So you can set that to on. Delete work files from an inactive device after 90 days. You can force users to save all work files to OneDrive for Business. I would really like you to do that. That means that there is never any data, company data, on the local device. So there's no need to do backups and stuff like that. And recovery is pretty easy in that situation because everything then sits in the cloud. You can enforce encryption on work files so that all the Word documents and emails and spreadsheets and stuff like that is encrypted by default. So those are some nice settings. And then you have some settings on PIN and password requirements. At the bottom, we see something like on Android devices or iOS devices, deny access to work files on jailbroken or rooted devices. So that is sure for you as an IT admin that those devices are not compromised. And if they are compromised, you can choose, yeah, well, hey, your device is compromised. I don't give you access anymore to access corporate content on that device. So you better fix it or find another way that you can access your work files. So I was very fast. I will go back one. No, let's just hear what people have to say. So this was really very high level, but I really hope that everybody gets that, especially for smaller businesses. This is really a very easy way of managing and deploying your Windows machines and do some installations of software like Office and really make sure that those machines are pretty secure. And that is especially for the road warriors, for your mobile workers, the people with laptops and iPads and people who work from their phones or other tablets. You can really fine tune what they can and what they cannot do. And you can even set that on a level that if you're on an unsecure Wi-Fi network, you cannot access corporate data. And if you're on a secure Wi-Fi network, then you are allowed to access corporate data. So you can really fine tune that to make sure that that everything keeps a bit secure. So when we do the deep dive next Tuesday in our local offices, me and my colleagues, we will really go through all the steps and demo it, and we do it in our local offices, so you can touch and feel and smell the product yourself. So that would be a very good occasion to really experience. Both from an end user perspective and from an IT admin perspective, hey, this could save me a lot of time or a lot of work, or this is nice, and then we can have a talk on that. And of course, you are welcome to pose all your questions. So please shout or type your questions or whatever you want to say. Yes. Esther, type your question. Yes, we will make a PDF of the slides, and also the whole session is being recorded, and that will be made available as well. So you can choose either do the whole session over again or just go over the slides. So I will just move on to this one. So this is about that deep dive session. So the link will be in the slides as well, because it's a bit of a hard link. But if you have your camera, your phone at hand, you can also try to take a picture of the QR code that contains the link as well. And there you can register for one of the 4 islands to come and visit us in our offices and join us for the deep dive session on Windows 10 and Microsoft Office, Microsoft 365. So we'll leave that one so that you can either go to that website or take the picture of the QR code. The one in Ecuador, but I don't think that I see people here from Ecuador. The Ecuador will be in Spanish. My colleague Sergio is at the same time doing the same webinar in Spanish as well. So we're doing a parallel presentation.
I can't click the link.
You cannot click it. Okay, I can copy the link in the text box.
In the chat. Yes,
yeah,
please.
let's try that. There it is.
Thank you.
So that would work better from over there. So we have 5 minutes. 5 minutes left. So I will hang in there to see if any questions are coming.
Real quick, I noticed you have several sessions. So there's Windows 10 and there's the Azure data recovery, etc. Is it that we can only register for one, or we can register for as many as we need to be?
No, so we do this every month. So every last Thursday of the month there will be the webinar like we are having it right now, and then every following Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the next month, we will have the deep dives in those 4 offices.
Right, right. So by doing this, I'm registering for the deep dive. I can choose any one of these 6, 7, 6.
You can already do that, I think. Let me check what it looks like, because I did not make that. Okay, so yeah.
Yes, you can register from now for the deep dive sessions, and you can then attend either in Aruba, Trinidad, Jamaica, or Ecuador at the offices of Inova.
Oh, so these are in-office sessions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you would like a more personal or one-on-one session, you can take the email from Jasper. That's on the other slide, and you can maybe contact him apart for that if you cannot make it to the offices.
No, that's fine. So is there a commitment needed from us, or is just that it's a benefit for being an existing customer?
No, everybody's welcome.
Okay, great. Okay.
So I will type my email address in there as well. So if you want to have a deep dive person to person, or over the phone or over Skype, you can. This is how you can contact me. And then I'm more than willing to spend some time with you on the phone as well. But it would be nice to meet you in Aruba, or well, I live on Aruba, so I will be doing the one on Aruba, and my other colleagues will take care of that in the other countries. So then it's 11:28, so I suggest we all go and have a cup of coffee or whatever we need to do. I thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in our offices next Tuesday, and if not, I hope to see you next month on the last Thursday of September for our next webinar at 11 o'clock in the morning. So that one I will be probably presenting that one from Orlando, because I will be at Microsoft Ignite, the technical conference of Microsoft. So, or maybe a colleague will do it, but we'll see how that works out. So thank you, everybody. And I will stay on for a couple of minutes to see if there's coming more questions.
Thank you guys for attending. Remember to follow us on social media so you can keep up to date on the latest versions, the latest news. If we have anything new, methods that you can contact us and our technicians. So be sure to follow us on one of our 5 pages.